Hey guys, trying to, it's been a really long time since I have done any sort of live streaming, so I am just trying to make sure that I get everything set up right. So, um, I think this is okay. I think we're doing okay. Yeah. If you're here, welcome. I am super glad you're here. Today we are going to be going over two studies from Metricool. One is short form video study, and the second is social media trends. And the reason that I want to go through these specific ones is because Metricool to me is one of the best, like this isn't sponsored or anything. They are one of the best social media companies to utilize for scheduling, but also just for their analytics. It's really cool and is something that I just really love. I did their Pinterest. I did a video about their Pinterest study before, and it was just so really cool, so in depth, so well done that I just felt like they are so worth paying attention to. I am an affiliate for them, but this is not about that. This is just about going through two of their very in depth studies. So I need to figure out how to actually make this all work. What I want to do right now is switch to my computer screen, and I need to figure out how to do that. I'm sorry. This is so sad. I should know how to do this kind of stuff, but I wish I could like put some sort of, stop talking, Megan, and just figure this out. Okay, let's try to, I might have to shut this off and then go in just directly into YouTube. Come on. Let me figure this out. I'll be right back. I found it, only slightly an idiot. Okay, let me get to this and this. Okay. And I'm gonna get me out of the way. Stop it. Okay, just then that way you can see that I actually do exist. So first things first, what we're going to do is go through the short form study, allegedly, maybe not. Share, stop sharing. I'm sorry, like I'm 40 now. I just don't know how to do anything anymore, apparently. Okay. Short form video study. That's the one. Okay. Let's get into it. So, from Metricool, what they have found effective for short form videos, so YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, TikTok, so on and so forth. We got 57 pages, but we'll go through this really quickly and see what interesting facts we can find. So, like I said, Shorts, Reels, TikTok videos, which short form videos perform the best depending on the objective. And I didn't look at this first, so this is all, we're doing this all together. We're doing it live. Screw it, let's do it live. Okay. Short form video study compares short form videos, blah, blah, blah. Answers the biggest question, agencies, social managers. Which social platform do short form videos have the most influence? Posting frequency, best option, Facebook versus Instagram. Okay. Now, I don't know how many of you utilize shorts or reels for your business. I'm 50-50 on them, on if they're useful or not. I think it probably depends on the business, obviously. So let's see what this has to say. Study sample, main learnings, YouTube, TikTok. Okay. Study sample. So we're looking at about, let's say, a little over 500,000 accounts, and let's say 2.3 million. So about, let's say 3,400,000 on, just back of the envelope math. This is one of the things that I love about Metricool so much, is that they really do, or I should say Metricool studies, is that they really do look at tiny accounts, small followers, tiny and small accounts. I feel like so many, for lack of a better phrase, micro social media accounts never get recognized when they are the ones working so hard to make everything happen, and they deserve to be recognized too. So that's one of the reasons that I really love these kind of studies. Okay. Main learnings. Which social media do short form videos have the most influence? TikTok, about 18,000 average views. Reels. That's really disappointing to see YouTube Shorts is so low. I know that YouTube has been pushing Shorts really bad, really hard. And yeah, it doesn't surprise, it's unfortunate, but not surprising, because I think one of the main problems that clients I've talked to have had with YouTube Shorts is that it's a completely different animal to YouTube long form videos, and the ability to convert short form viewers into long-term subscribers and viewers is pretty difficult. So yeah, this is interesting that shorts just, for as hard as they push, it's just not working out the way they want it to, according to this study at least. Each network short form video. And I mean, TikTok being top, that doesn't surprise me. They are highest on the food chain and first for short form content. Okay. Short form videos, social network, yeah. Facebook Reels. This is interesting. Next are Facebook Reels, which dropped significantly. I'm curious to see how Facebook ends up utilizing Reels. Full transparency, I am not someone who utilizes Facebook. It's just not interesting to me anymore. And I'm not sure how well Reels is going to end up doing there, or if they're going to just end up poo-pooing it eventually. But so actionable content we can take from this. If you're going to utilize short form video for promotion, for brand growing, audience building, it looks like TikTok is the place to do it. Instagram, yes, to a lesser extent, but I think rather than beating your head up against a wall, just go straight for TikTok. And then, anything else on these other platforms is just kind of gravy. Views per count size. Okay, this is good. So let's see. Tiny. TikTok still gets the most views. TikTok just works for accounts of all sizes, it looks like. Now, Instagram, Facebook, look at YouTube. For accounts that are under 500 subscribers, only an average of 13 views per short. Oh, that's so depressing. You know, YouTube and Google talk a good game about how they want to make it easier for smaller accounts and things like that to be seen. But according to this study, that's just not happening. Even small, only an average of 65 views. And what was small? Small was 1,000, I think. 2,000. So yeah, wow. And another thing that's interesting about YouTube is you can't really separate short subscribers from long form subscribers. So there's this added, I guess, complication to this, which I guess that's why it makes sense that YouTube short viewing would be so low, since it is just an amalgamation of all of your subscribers, where consequently not all of your subscribers are going to be shorts viewers. Yeah, I get why YouTube wanted to do shorts, but it's so depressing to see this, and just to see how people who just keep trying to make it work seem like no matter their size of their accounts, they're just banging their heads up against a wall with it. And it's also interesting that this part here, huge accounts on TikTok stand out with an average of 91,000 views, differs greatly from huge accounts on Instagram with an average of 65,000 views. That is very interesting. If you're curious why it's interesting, just that the algorithms, it could be positive or negative. It could be that the algorithms are favoring on TikTok, are favoring larger accounts, and while Instagram is sort of spreading it out, or Instagram's algorithm is just like the idea of Reels being a significant piece of content for the platform might not be as utilized or by viewers as much as they tell you. Short form videos receive the most engagement. Isn't this interesting? So, despite YouTube Shorts being so low, where was it? Average of 647 views, or 13 views for Tiny, 65, so on and so forth. But they have the highest engagement rate. So what can you take away from this as someone who utilizes video for marketing purposes? If you want the biggest reach, it looks like TikTok is going to be the best option for you, because it's second place for highest engagement, and the reach for your videos goes further. However, if you have a very niche product or service and you want to focus more heavily on brand awareness and reaching the right demographics who get what you're trying to do, then it looks like YouTube Shorts might actually be better for you. And then Instagram and Facebook, it doesn't surprise me that Meta is the lowest. Those that lag are Facebook Reels, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Ideal posting frequency for short form videos on 0.28 TikToks per day. So it looks like on average, we're looking at about, one TikTok every 3 days. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so it looks like TikTok and YouTube About one short every 3 or so days is the best, according to this study, whereas Instagram and Facebook, 0.18 reels per day, like once a week, I guess. I can't math, so I can't say for sure, but interesting. That's really good for me to see, because I think a lot of my clients, when talking about social media strategies, are worried that they really need to just flood the algorithm with as much content as possible. Whereas it seems that actually spacing it out is way more beneficial for your brand. I think let's dive in further and see if they explain why that is. Okay, small accounts. So about one every 2 days. Medium accounts. Okay. So let me go back to this for a second. When preparing, one of the biggest, is it better, should account, we compared daily posting frequency for each account. Okay, this is not recommendation, this is just on average. Okay, tiny accounts, I'm dumb, I'm sorry, I didn't even know, ADHD, I didn't even notice this. Okay, so tiny accounts do an average one every 3 days. Small accounts about one every 2 to 3 days. Just about one every other day, one every other day, and almost one a day. So what can you take from this? Should you stay within your size and follow this as advice, or should you reach and go for more, one a day or one every other day, and so on and so forth? Let's see what they say. Huge accounts push the most. Is maintaining a high posting frequency necessary? Yes. Okay, so disregard the things I said about 4 minutes ago. If you want to grow your account on these things, these platforms, then it looks like, yes, we're going to have to go hard, and we're going to have to go and flood the algorithm with content. Okay, YouTube Shorts versus YouTube Long. YouTube Shorts arrived, blah, blah, blah. Long videos are users' favorite. That's good. That makes me happy. I also prefer long videos on YouTube too, so that's good to know. I think, though, maybe they'll cover this in a second, but what I want to say is that I think if you're going to be making TikToks or Reels that are pieces of your long form video content for marketing purposes, then I think it makes sense to just throw up shorts anyways, to just see what happens. I mean, I think they'll probably dive into this a little bit more, but I think they're really going to say, like, test that, every account is different and every sort of demographic is different. So test and see what works best for you. Okay, average number of likes on YouTube. Interesting. So it looks like likes go much higher on shorts. Things are more evenly distributed. I wonder how they're looking up dislikes now. I'm sure there's studies and third party, maybe even Metricool is able to look at it. I don't know. That makes more sense, since it's easier to like a short via a mobile device. Okay, yeah. Average number of dislikes on YouTube. Average number of comments on YouTube. Reels on Facebook or Instagram. Ever since Reels arrived on Meta's social networks, the debate, blah, blah, blah. Do Reels on Facebook work as well as Instagram? Social media managers prefer Instagram Reels. More Reels are published on Instagram than Facebook. On Instagram, blah, blah, blah. We collected fewer Facebook accounts. Difference can also be seen in video views. Pattern continues with interactions. So it looks like Facebook just isn't going to be able to handle the integration of Reels as well as Instagram does, which, I mean, makes sense because, Instagram is a mobile first app, whereas Facebook was more a web browser first. Short form YouTube videos. Huge accounts publish the most. So now we're just getting into per network, it looks like. Calculated average number, blah, blah, blah. In the sample, there's a big difference in the number of accounts. Tiny accounts compared to big, which distort. Calculated number of posts based on the number of analyzed accounts to enhance comparison. In the sample, there's a big difference in the number of accounts. For example, there are tiny accounts compared to big, which distorts the data. Huge accounts post the most shorts and videos with an average of 0.66 shorts. 1.23 long form. Oh my God, that's so much content. Wow. Accounts receive the most engagement on long. Yeah, that means content creator channels are generally more engaged. Best time to post shorts. All right, let's get into it. Best time to upload a short is at 1 a.m. Oof. That's why social media schedulers are so clutch for something like this. Yeah, I cannot imagine. Give me 1 second. And short video data. Totally realized that I forgot to give you a URL for Metricool. All right, so back to this. All right, 1 a.m. Yeah, that definitely need a scheduler for that. So 6 p.m. is when the most shorts are uploaded. Best time of day to publish shorts. Shorts views by posting hour. Shorts published per hour. Huh. Look how different the skew is here. So wow. Interesting. Best time and day to publish shorts. Sunday. So it looks like Sunday 1 a.m. is your sweet spot if you want to utilize a short strategy for YouTube. Best time to publish shorts. Most shorts are uploaded on Tuesday. Best time to share a YouTube video is 9 a.m. Or excuse me, 9 p.m. Average of, Okay. However, the time is at noon. It's interesting to me how different shorts versus long form are in terms of success via time of posting. So Sunday 1 a.m. for shorts, 9 p.m. Monday. Should write this down, right? So I want to remember that, and I know I won't. So, all right, shorts. YouTube long. No, 1 a.m. on Sunday. YouTube long, 9 p.m. Monday. Very, very interesting. Tuesday's day of the week, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Let's go to TikTok. TikTok, blah, blah, blah. Accounts with the most followers post most videos daily. Huge accounts. Tiny accounts, blah, blah, blah. Huge accounts obtain the highest engagement ratio. Ugh, I hate this. Like, it makes sense, but I really hate that there's just this pressure to flood as much content out there as possible. But I mean, you know, you got to do what you got to do, especially if you're using social media. Best hour to upload a video is 6 p.m. on TikTok. Oh, how interesting. So it looks like what we can infer from this is that maybe TikTok's algorithm pushes things out very quickly, whereas maybe YouTube takes a little more seeding into it. So Monday, best day to upload a TikTok video. Tuesday is when the most content is uploaded. So what are we at? Monday, 6 p.m. I don't know what the time zone they're talking about is. I would assume your own time zone or your ideal demographics time zone. Ideal TikTok length. There is no ideal video length. SEO hashtags, blah, blah, blah. Tiny account, 2.6 minutes, has the highest number of views. Small accounts. It's crazy to me that TikToks are getting longer. That depresses me. Oh, like stuff like Opus or things that just take the clips from your long form videos made it such a huge difference when TikToks were under, you know, like a minute or lower. And now that it looks like they're getting longer and longer, and now you have to really think about a more centralized, a siloed strategy for each platform. And like, yes, that is true. You should be doing that. But when you're a solopreneur or a freelancer, I know that that is easier said than done. So, yeah. Isn't that a beautiful little rainbow? All right, Instagram. Instagram, blah, blah, blah. Huge accounts post the most videos. Yeah. Okay, so what we're learning is that you've just got to flood the market. Engagement is higher for tiny accounts, though. But you can see it's not a huge difference, 6 versus 5.5. So remain engaged with the account and content they follow. This would also make sense to me in terms of algorithm push. If you have a smaller demographic for your account in terms of followers and people who engage with it, then it makes sense that more of them would see it because it's a smaller sample size. Do you know what I mean? Best hour to publish reels. Midnight. However, 6 p.m. is when most people are publishing theirs. And the best day is Sunday. So let's write this down. Reels, midnight. What did I say it was? Sunday. And Tuesday is the most popular, though. Isn't it crazy? Like, all of the data these people analyze, companies like Metricool analyze, and they see that everyone is doing it wrong. Like everyone thinks that for some reason Tuesday was the day to do it. And actually, based on their data, it's a completely different day. And it seems to be, with the exception of TikTok, right? It seems to be that, however these averages are coming out, everyone's just getting it wrong, which is interesting. All right, now Facebook. Accounts publish the most. They also have engagement. Look at the difference in engagement. So it was Instagram Reels was what, 5.54 or 6.08 respectively. Look at what's the point of using Facebook Reels then? That is terrible. Engagement, wow. Best time for Facebook Reels. Best time, Instagram at midnight. Most people publish at 6 p.m. That's probably just people putting on social media schedulers and clicking, both Instagram and Facebook at the same time. Saturday, Facebook Reels. So that is different from Insta because that is midnight on Sunday. And people post them on Wednesdays. Where should you carry your sort? Since there are numerous factors, niche target audience, which content formats you will share, it depends on your community's behavior and interest. However, you can use this data to guide your strategy in the right direction. Sign up, blah, blah, blah. Okay, part 1, done. Part 2, let's go to the next one. Social media trends. Let's do it. Ready? Here we go. All right. Now, like you see, this is why I love Metricool's guide so much. Just so much information, so much good data of what you want to know broken down into really actionable stuff. Okay. 1 million social media accounts under the magnifying glass, 33 million posts, 9 social media platforms. And again, this is for 2023, which, it makes sense that it takes a while to compile this kind of stuff. So I get that. All right. Download the full study. I thought they were did they send it to me already and I'm just dumb? Let's go check my email and see if they sent it to me. And let's see. Metricool study. Short form. Social network. Access the full study here, which is what I did. I have to give them my name and everything again. Man. So in the meantime, if you have any questions, put them in the chat and I will try my best to help you and let you know if I have any answers for you. I think just based on this, so I'm not a big social media person, both professionally and personally more less so. But I realize for my business that I do have to engage on social media. And for years, back to, I don't know, 2014, 2015, people were saying video marketing, video is going to be key. Video is going to be the thing. And it's so crazy to just see how much it has completely impacted everything and just turned it images are so not a thing in terms of marketing anymore. You have to have video now. It's weird to not, and that's just crazy. I don't know. Yeah, it is what it is, and it shouldn't surprise me, but it does. But it doesn't. I don't know. It's a lot. You keep saying the study's on the way, but I don't see it in my inbox. So I'm going to go into my hosting account. Maybe it's stuck in there. One mail fetched. Yes. This better be it. Metricool. Download. Download. It's been crazy that I went to their stupid webinar. It wasn't stupid. Actually, it was stupid. They're not very good at webinars. And yeah, and now I have to do this all over again. And fine. All right, let's get to this. And got about, I know I said I was going to end this at 2:45, but I can keep going. I'll go till 3. And if you guys want to stick around, you are totally welcome to. We're going to keep going. P.S. Weird font, right? Anyways. All right. So how will the social networks change the first half of 2024? X, YouTube, Twitch. I'm glad they're including Twitch now. I'm also glad that they're not including Clubhouse or any of those other ones anymore. Remember Clubhouse? I never got on that. That's a whole thing. All right, social networks. How have they changed? I love this slide. Oh my God, this is perfect. Generation X, Millennials, Gen Z. This is so great. It's interesting that TikTok is for late Millennials and Gen Z and not Boomers or Gen X, because I know like my mom is obsessed with TikTok, and like I said, I'm not a big social media person despite being a marketer. So it's interesting to me that, yeah, okay. Instagram, Gen Z, GBP. What the hell is GBP? Google Business. Okay. It's like British pounds or something? Okay. All right. Twitch, late Millennials, Gen Z, brand, yeah. Professionals of all generations who are unwillingly there. Pinterest is for your brand, yeah. X, consideration and engagement. Be interested to see how this changes over time now that it's tending to skew more right-wing. Yeah. Okay, study samples. Not a lot of samples for account sizes, right? Twitch, there's less than 3,000. That's a small-ass sample size. No? What are you gonna do? Okay. Once again, this is what I love about Metricool. They actually look at tiny micro accounts and not just giant accounts, because it matters. And I'm glad that they pay attention to that. LinkedIn stands out with an almost 30% increase in its engagement rate. I'm pausing because I think the reason is that more people are on LinkedIn now looking for work because the market is so crazy, with the AI pendulum swing and everything like that. Yeah. Let's see, is any engagement? TikTok's engagement has gone down. X has gone way down. YouTube is smidge. Instagram's gone up. Instagram posts have gone down. Facebook has gone up. Posts have gone down. Again, like I was just saying, 2014-ish, when they were talking about you have to start doing video content, these static posts are going to be not useless, but not used as much. And just look, like here it is, right? Static Facebook posts down, static Instagram posts down. I mean, carousels, whatever, But Reels video, yeah, static posts down. Crazy. All right, Facebook. User engagement on Facebook is in free fall. That doesn't surprise me at all. You know, I have personal reservations against Facebook, but it's interesting to see from a business perspective that, yeah, it's down over 5%. Interactions are down almost 10%. Yikes. It's up a smidge. Nothing really worth writing home about, though. Facebook metrics continue to decrease. Users are less engaged on Facebook. I wonder how Meta is handling this. Like, you know, there has to be some sort of meetings happening that are aware of this and what they're doing about it. Like, do they, you know, try and use a bucket to help get the water out of the sinking ship, or do they cut their losses, not completely with Facebook, but just with Reels and stuff like that, interactions, and focus more on the place that interactions are better for them, which is Instagram. I'm curious. I would love to be a fly on the wall there and hear what they have to say about this. On one hand, real data reveals users still maintain similar participation compared to last year. Keeping in mind saves and shares. Yeah, like it's not even a 0.5% increase. That's just all right. Like I think what we can learn from this, based on the short form video study and based on this, like if you're gonna put your effort into one or two social media platforms, it should not be Facebook. Which I'm curious, and if you saw this, then let me know. Number of accounts. I'm curious about groups, like if it's Facebook pages, Facebook profiles. I guess they didn't clarify that. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Facebook metrics, interactions in relation. Yeah, there's no clarity on what part they're talking about, if it's pages or profiles or groups, or maybe it's just cumulative. Brands increase Facebook reel posting frequency. Weekly posting frequency is down across all account types, although the difference is not significant. Okay. Yeah, it looks like you know, I've been talking about this before, how marketing is getting just slashed right now as the pendulum swing from the pandemic, when there was just so much money being thrown into companies getting out there, hiring people and things like that, and now it's going back where they're pulling back budgets and VC funding and stuff like that, and seeing that the marketing resources are noticeably changing in huge accounts, would most likely be corporate accounts, right? So yeah, it's kind of showing here that, is it, which one came first, the chicken or the egg? Is it that marketing resources depleted and so they cut back on Facebook because engagement was low, or was engagement low so they cut back on Facebook, and it becomes like this self-fulfilling prophecy. Reels has experienced a small increase in posting frequency. That doesn't surprise me, again, because of schedulers like Metricool or Planoly or anything like that, where you can just double up for every Instagram reel. You can just send it to Facebook too. Accounts with more than 50,000 followers publish the most, averaging 1.7 reels per week. Okay. Brands increase Facebook reel posting frequency. Even with brands' consistency, user engagement continues to go downhill. As we can see, for yet another year, there's a 56.55% drop in interaction metrics. Holy crap. That is a sinking ship, dude. Wow. All right, let's go to Twitter. Decrease in impressions, but a growth in interactions. Extracting the main conclusions. Lower posting frequency and engagement, 98.24% increase in impressions. Curious if it plays into the Twitter Blue versus free account. Let's see. Average impression increased by 75.81. Wow. Brands post less on average, they're receiving more impressions. This means they're working efficiently, focusing on quality over quantity. In other words, brands post less frequently on X, but publish more valuable content. I wonder what it means by valuable content. X secures interaction growth. Elon's going to be thrilled to see this. In terms of content, 8.85% interactions increase compared to last year confirms quality content is a priority for brands. Replies and quotes have the highest increase in interaction. However, the average number of likes, mentions, and reposts has decreased. Content attracts users, encouraging them to participate by replying or quoting posts. X new monetization form, based on achieving a high number of impressions, could explain the interaction increase on discussion-based content. Yeah, that would make sense. What that's, I think, trying to say is for brands who want to utilize monetization on X, they're not just going to do a buckshot strategy. They're going to really pinpoint and be very strategic about what they're going to post on there. Because, do you see what I'm trying to say? Like, they have to be strategic about what they're going to post because the monetization thresholds are so high that it's not just weird. It's not just the stuff that used to be on Twitter. It's now going to be more pointed and intentional, I think is what they're saying for brands. Does this evolution affect engagement? Engagement has decreased by 38%. Interactions have increased. Engagement formula includes mentions, likes. Engagement, Look at this, wow. Look at the mentions change. Holy hell. 2023, 4.1. Wow. That's crazy. A decline in weekly posting frequency on X. Big and huge accounts went from an average of 25 posts per week. Wow. That is a crazy difference. Look at the difference there. Huge accounts went from 81 posts a week down to 29. Holy crap. Interactions remain the star. Trends in the previous report indicated that despite the changes from Twitter to X, the social network was a useful platform for generating interactions. Users participate more, especially through quotes and replies. Brands take advantage of this to generate content that incites debate, thus doubling. Okay, so what we learned about Facebook from this study is that essentially don't waste your time unless your target audience is there. What it looks like it's saying about X, Twitter, is that you've got to be provocative with your posts. And um, I don't know if I like that. But like, it's just going to become more reactionary, and it feels like, personally speaking, that social media channel is just bonkers, and it's just going to get more bonkers as brands want to up their engagement, and they know the only way to up the engagement is by being provocative and inciting debate. And let's move on. YouTube. Quantity over quality. Quality over quantity. That's the one. God. Okay. Is the main conclusion from the previous study. Channels suck. Quality over quantity. I don't know whose dog that is, but I love them. Okay. Average number of interactions increases. Users participate more on YouTube. That is so refreshing to hear. I'm always worried that YouTube is going to just shit the bed, and I'm glad to see that coming better. But look at this engagement. So let's dive in and see what it has to say. Average interactions by type. Even the average number of dislikes has risen. That makes sense. The more videos are pushed out, the more content that is created, the more that there's going to be people who don't like it. And so if you start to notice that on your YouTube channels, I wouldn't freak out too much about it. Despite the interaction data, engagement ratio is a slight decrease compared to the study. Slight. So 0.1%. Not too bad, but still something worth noting, especially if when we go into 2025 or at the end of 2024, we see how this goes. All accounts decrease weekly posting frequency. There's been a decrease in weekly posting frequency across the board. Data shows huge accounts maintain high posting frequency rates, while smaller accounts barely post one video per week. Frequency. According to the data, it's working as they have both improved their average number of video views. Data shows huge high posting, while smaller accounts barely post one per week. So this has gone down. It's all gone down. And yet they're saying that it's improving video views. Okay. Decreasing the average number of views, save for tiny accounts. That's good to hear. I worry about tiny accounts. I'm glad to see that there is consideration for pushing tiny accounts out, tiny and small. Huge accounts, the largest accounts, which have an average of 8.5 videos per week. 8.5 videos per week. Oh, God, that's so much content. Just like the strategy that you would have to have is just bonkers. And I can't imagine, like, if you're someone who is utilizing YouTube as some sort of marketing platform and you're posting an average of 8 videos a week, wow. By yourself? Chew. All right. People interact more with YouTube content. Interactions are a big concern for brands. They had duties for this 2024. They had duties. All right, Metricool. Interaction data shows audiences value YouTube and the content uploaded by brands. All interaction metrics have increased. That's good. All right, I guess that's it. All right, TikTok. Previous study trends for TikTok showed a decrease in interactions and average views. Everything was pointing to integrate a saturation in content. Brands love TikTok, and the data proves this. Tiny, medium, increased their weekly posting frequency. Small and big accounts saw a drop in posting frequency. So tiny, medium, huge went up, but small and big went down. Difference is minute. Data reveals the majority of accounts want to increase their weekly posting frequency while others maintain a consistent pace. Reach stands out on TikTok. This metric nearly doubles the average reach obtained by the previous study. Wow. Reach on TikTok increases by 65.16%. Holy moly. That's incredible. Oh. Damn it, I hate TikTok. God. All right. TikTok is the most attainable social network to grow from scratch. The algorithm prioritizes quality content regardless of an account's following. Yeah. What is in my head right now is the legislation here in the U.S. about banning TikTok. Wow. A 617.5% increase in reach. Practically double their reach. Wow. Incredible. Increased video length for all icon sizes. Average length of TikTok videos increases to 42.68 seconds in 2024, as opposed to 39.55. I'm glad it's still less than a minute. Like we saw in the short form study, they're getting longer, but I'm glad that it's still, on average, less than a minute. Complain. Smallest account, keep a low profile and duration. This is interesting. As the follower sizes increase, so does the video length, staying close to that 1 minute mark. 1 minute, yep. Still all under a minute on average. Interactions. Recorded a slight increase in the number of average interactions, 1.82. Likes and comments increase while shares decrease. The ease of liking a video. Shares, on the other hand, include another step. That makes sense. Okay, I know it's 3 o'clock. You guys gotta go. I understand. This will be recorded so you can watch it whenever. On the previous study, it raised a ratio of 5.77. Drop in engagement. Drop is probably related to the engagement calculation formula, including the number of shares. All right. TikTok trends. TikTok's reach has multiplied 2 times. Wow. TikTok is still the ideal social network to grow thanks to its algorithm. Oh, so be it. All right, Twitch. Let's dive into Twitch. Streamers reduce live stream frequency but increase duration. See this trending. 2,000 channels. Wow, look at these different. I know Twitch messed with their monetization last year. Thresholds and a couple of contracts that were options are gone. So I'm wondering if the decrease in subscriptions accounts for some of these streamers moving to things like YouTube Live and stuff like that. Creators produce less streamed content and video clips. Number of live broadcast and streaming clips has decreased at a general level. More noticeable in clips than in live streams. It's common for clips to be created by viewers themselves, meaning creator participation is also decreasing. That's interesting. Content creators are focusing on creating longer streams. Okay. I don't deal with a lot of clients who utilize Twitch, so if you are someone who utilizes Twitch and has any thoughts about it, let me know in the comments. Twitch channels of all sizes have slightly increased the average length of their streams. However, the channels with the most followers have shown a significant decrease, producing the largest difference. I'm going to guess that has something to do with the monetization. Users subscribe to Twitch less, down 40%. Again, I think this might have to do with, one, different streaming options, giving Twitch a run for its money, and two, them messing with monetization over there to the point that they are losing, or they were losing a lot of their their bigger accounts were leaving because of it. Average number of subscribers, data improves compared to overall level. Smaller channels have increased their average number of subscriptions. That's good. Huge channels have decreased. Again, if I had to guess, it says this means that users prefer small channels, which to some extent could be true, but you got to take into account that this year or the end of last year, I don't know when it did happen exactly. Twitch messed with their monetization policies and pissed off a lot of their big creators. Health subscriptions given away. Twitch channel users can give subscriptions to others. Average number of subscriptions given away has dropped. Yeah. Twitch average subscriptions by account size. Again, I wish, and maybe we'll dive into this more, but they're not talking about changing their monetization policies, which sent bigger creators off the platform. Average number of views also lags. 42.65% decrease. So if you are a person who wants to utilize Twitch for your marketing, I think that it's standing to reason that you want to keep yourself small on there and not really shoot. I guess I would say more it's about the creating that one-on-one personal interaction as opposed to Instagram or something where it's depersonalized in a way. Yeah, that's what I would say in terms of actionable. But again, if you are someone who is a creator that wants to, I don't know, earn a living off of this, Twitch is going to be really hard to do it on just because of their changes. Great Defeat is a more fitting title. Larger channels have lost almost all their momentum. See, I feel like this is really, what's the word? Misrepresentative, because they're not talking about Twitch losing people because of the monetization change. Anyways, let's go to Instagram. 15 million posts, 300,000 accounts, Reels, stories, and feed posts. Reels still dominates. Short form videos, well, it's also the only content that has grown during the data collection, 8.2 per 30%. Views, interactions, engagement. It's interesting, posts went up in impressions, but look at the difference. Wow. Posting of Reels increased. Stories and feed posts decreased. That makes sense. Stories reached falls. Stories were the format the highest reach growth. Yeah, I don't think they're the they're the darling of Instagram anymore. Keep in mind, while Explore section, you'll find the type of format. Stories don't appear in the Explore. Yeah, okay. Reach and interactions increase with smaller accounts. Instagram's helping boost smaller creators and brand accounts. That's good. All right, average post reach, tiny. Look at that change. That's a 5,000. Wow. And a decrease. Oh. Again, we're talking about smaller sample size for each tiny account, which means that it's less diluted of a push. So that makes sense. But that is a significant difference. Yeah, it looks like they're really trying to push smaller accounts to get out there. And I guess, sort of like a gamification method, the more interaction you're getting, the tinier you are, the more you're going to want to stick around and grow your account and then improve your reach, and then they get you. I don't know what they get you means. Don't listen to me. Average stories reach, even that's a big change. That went down, that went down. They all went down except for Tiny. Average Reels reach. That went up. That went up. Up. Up a little bit. Down. Wow. Okay. 0.8% increase in the average number of post interactions. It's slight and almost imperceptible. Yeah. Okay. Average post interactions. Comments are up. Likes are up. Saves are down. Reels, data stands out as a decrease in saves. This is normally a strategic call to action brands take. It will only be followed through if users find value in the content. The decline is small compared to the previous study. Saves. I don't really see the point. Again, personally, I'm not a big social media user, so I don't see the point of saving a brand content, but unless maybe it's like a tutorial or something on makeup or something, just trying to think of like how you would utilize creating a save call to action, what kind of content you would want to have, like a tutorial or a how-to or something like that. That would make sense for creating share or save content. Users prefer smaller accounts. Accounts with less than 100 followers, 791%. Wow. Average number of posts, interactions by account size, way down. Look at that change. Wow. And Tiny, man, they are pushing Tiny. Average number of real interactions by account size. Little change in engagement. Engagement in feed posts decreased by 4.3%. There's a clear winner. Account with fewer followers, Reels, and stories going down. So I think this slide is a perfect actionable thing for someone who wants to utilize Instagram. Keep your account small. I actually used to go into my account and have remove subscribers who I thought were either like bots or just weren't the ideal demographic. So there is ways to manipulate that to keep your account small. And I love this because it pushes away the need for vanity metrics on Instagram. And I know that people will buy followers and they want to really up those numbers. And look at this to your detriment, like how much of your detriment this would be for your account. Being big is not beneficial on Instagram currently with their data. Pinterest. Previously, all right. I've been really bad with Pinterest. I know Pinterest is super valuable and I really should take the time to pay attention to it, and I don't. And that is to my business's detriment. I know that for sure. Men on the pin, I don't know that for sure, but lower impressions, but engagement. Average number of pins published per week increased by 5%. Pinterest does not impress. Pinterest impressions are down 28%. Average interactions down, not by a lot though. Clicks are down. That's not good for brands. Outbound clicks, which continue to be the favorite interaction of users. Outbound clicks, which direct to another destination. What's the alternative? Inbound clicks, I guess, yeah, okay. Average saves, same. Thanks to this growth in the average number of interactions, outbound clicks and saves, data shows an increase in the engagement rate. Okay. Average engagement rate, 4.36. That's not bad. It's still tiny, but it's not a bad thing. Pinterest continues to be a platform to explore for users to discover new content. Average number. Google Business. Data showed clear trend in favor of GBP as a platform to achieve direct actions from search engines. We seek to confirm these suspicions. I don't really have a lot of clients that use or that talk about creating strategy with Google Business Profile, so this is new to me. If it's one of your main strategies, leave a comment and let me know. Publications with photos are the favorite of brands. Google Business Profile displays as much information as possible. Average number of posts with images increases by 8%. Increased gap between mobile and desktop. Users prefer to search on mobile. That makes sense. Sorry. Average impressions on maps went down on desktop, up on mobile. Interactions skyrocket. Increase in all Google listing interactions. Website clicks, reservation calls, and address requests. I would say that my guess on why that would be is because it is more of it's standardized now. Like before, it was sort of like a shiny object that didn't have a lot of tractions or implementation. And now it's just become way more commonplace and people are much more used to it. People are trusting it more, I guess. Profile trends. Find business information and users know it. Trend is on a rise. Brands have the task of frequently updating information. Again, I have a lot of clients that utilize this because I mostly deal with people, brands that are online more than storefronts. So that's interesting to me. Okay, LinkedIn. 10 pages, guys. We can do it. All right. Engagement up. Interactions up. Impressions up. Again, my suspicion is because the job market sucks and people are getting out there more and sharing content and brands are following them. Rest of the accounts have reduced their frequency of posts per week. Brands' confidence on the show. Significant increase in impressions. Quality content is key. 16.49%. LinkedIn participation increases. That does not surprise me at all. Interaction metrics also reflect engagement. Again, that doesn't surprise me with the job market. LinkedIn secures its place in brand strategies. Brand strategies. You'll see the trends change or on the contrary. All right. Social network methodology. So I'll go through this part quickly. Instagram algorithm. Recent changes in the algorithm apply a more equal distribution of content prominence across account size. Tiny accounts reach has increased. All remaining accounts have seen a small decline. I wonder if that also has to do with they're trying to court new content and therefore new accounts and give them that gamification. Reels extends their dominance. Twitch down to the wire. Wish they would. Here it is. Okay. Streaming platform, almost 50% increase, but subscriptions the main source for income at both. The cold war between Twitch and streamers and Kick's push to attract content creators are working against them. Major exodus. If I had to guess, I would say this is going to be a key part of their next study. Users maintain a consistent participation rate. Engagement. Never post less, the metric has increased. Meanwhile, on LinkedIn, it has increased. All right, there you go. So that was a lot to cover, right? I'm thankful for those of you who stuck it out with me and appreciate it so much. Like I said, if you are on my newsletter, I said I'm not someone who does a lot of live streams because I never really know what to talk about. So I am thankful for those of you who came today, and hopefully this was helpful, breaking down some information on how to create an actionable social media strategy for your business. If you want to talk more about this, dive into my newsletter. and we will be talking about it there, or sign up for the pre-registration of the new Better Biz School coming soon, because that's where all of this nitty-gritty is going to get to. All right. My throat hurts. I am done. Thank you so much for joining me. I will talk to you later.